another morning hunting them. Going in up after a bird that Kenzie and Dad roosted last night. And he's up here on this big ridge, big public ridge. So this place usually gets hammered with pressure. I'm gonna try and get in here and get him killed. Should be gobbling here in a few minutes. Stay tuned. We're gonna try and kill this old boy. Need him to gobble once. We're just standing down here in this field. This field's on bottom. There's a big ridge that runs up the top. We're assuming he's roosted on that ridge somewhere, but we're kind of just waiting down here in these fields until he gobbles. We want to get out of these fields, but can't really do anything until he does gobble, so we're just sitting down here in the bottom until he gobbles. He might, if he's wet, he might try to come to these fields. There he is, there he is. He's up in them woods over there. We can go up that edge, cut through. Spurt a little bit. I'm pretty sure he's like right up here, 150 yards maybe. Birds are down below us in this field. We're gonna make a big circle because they're trending. They're going that way, so it's all public. We can make a big loop and basically get in front of them. There's a little pinch at the other end of the field that they'll have to walk through if we can get over that in front of them. They might just stay out in the center, but we're gonna make one move on them and see if we can cut them off. We'll see. Lead end's about to come to this gap. I can sit here, you can make another 10. It's 60 yards all the way across. He's right there.
Where was he when he first came across? Like right here? Like right here when he first came across?
You think so?
Probably 50.
About 45.
450, huh?
45 is what I ended up shooting at. Field bird, man. That sucker had, there was 4 hens here and like 4 other hens here. He had like 8 or 9 hens with him. It was crazy. That TSS hammers him, man.
He wasn't happy when them hens spooked.
No, he was drumming. He started drumming and doing a whole bunch of stuff after the hens went that way and other hens went that way, and he didn't know which way to go. He was just standing there, just like, didn't know which way to go. He eventually decided
those hens ran that way. The hen flew that way.
Yeah, well, there were still 4 out here when I walked out here.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't know what he wanted to do. That's all she wrote, boys. The old Burgess Creek, hammered, 45 yards. A little farther than I wanted him, but he was like 50 yards when he first come through, and that bird was roosted. We walked through where he was roosted. Did you see where they had crapped on the ground? They were roosted up there on that ridge, and they all pitched. I did not realize he had that many hens. He had like so many hens with him.
Pitch clear out in the middle of the field.
Pitch out into the field, and then we were watching them down on that side. We were watching them through that gap down there, and I told Dawson, I was like, they're going that way. And this field kind of tightens up right here, up here at this end. There's just grass over here and stuff. So we made a big loop around on the ridge, came down on the other side, and got in front of them. We were a touch late. If we would have been a little bit sooner, if we would have been a little bit earlier, we could have got to right there and killed him when he first come through. But the problem was, as we were getting down here, the hen seen us. She didn't see us, but I seen her. And then we had to just make a quick setup about 15 yards back, farther than what we wanted to. So that's gonna do it. We're gonna get this sucker back to the truck. Heavy turkey. And he's got muddy feet. Little turkey. Shot his block off.